cities under a few clouds.
Good morning, everyone. It is time for the early morning get up or the Adrian's Daily Dose. And I've been here. I've just been doing other stuff. Oh, my goodness. How are you today? How's your day going? How are you being uplifted and motivated? How are you up and about? Are you already out? What is it that you're going through? What is it that you're dealing with? How are you making things happen? I forgot that radio was on. Sorry about that, guys. So this morning, we are looking forward to a great Thursday. I got some news and things that are happening, some good news hey Martin, good morning. Some good news that happened yesterday. I thank God for hearing me. I thank God for healing. I thank God for doing what he does best. I was talking to my sister yesterday, and for all of you who knows that, since last week she's been in the hospital and with some health issues, and I do thank God that she called in for prayer yesterday, and she was released. She was finally able to go home. So I did see her. She looks great. Things, are going to be a little bit different, but at any rate, she's doing better. And I thank God for it. I thank God for healing, especially during these times, because it could have been a lot worse. So I thank him for being able to get her together, make sure that she is absolutely, that she was being treated for whatever was ailing her. Yes, I'm freezing cold. but she was released yesterday. So I thank God for that. I thank God that she's still able to move and breathe and do things on her own. I thank God there wasn't any more compounding issues that tried to cause her to be stopped even more. I thank God for her right mind. I just thank God. So that's a win. I don't care what the devil is trying to do for you. Look at everything as a win. As you come out, as you overcome, as you do more, look at everything as a win. Because if you don't, then that's only going to take you down and spiral down to a place where you may not be able to come back from. But if you continue to glorify God in everything that you do, guess what? He will make it all right. And yes, I'm speaking a lot of this to myself today because of the things that are happening right in my face, and it's not as pleasant, Martin. And so I am definitely looking at myself to be positive for myself. And so right about now, I'm needing a lot of that. So continue to pray for me, because of this, I'm definitely, as God is working on me, I'm working with them so we can get this thing together. Because I know every day is a new day. Every day is a day of Thanksgiving. And that's what I plan to do, is have Thanksgiving. Be grateful and thankful and whatnot. And don't let those things try to get me down because of what life is throwing at me, or what things are happening, or things that are not happening. And don't let that make me, doubt God. Don't let it make me doubt what he's done for me, what he has for me, what he said about me. And continue to believe him. Continue to stand on his word. Continue to stand on what he has promised me. So, what are you standing on today? What are you going out to do? Martin, you got something to do today? Do you have any specific plans? I'm cold, y'all. And I'm not a fan of cold. I'm not a fan of hot either. I like the medium. I know you shouldn't be lukewarm, but hey, that's where I like to live. But it's cold. And so I'm all bundled up in this coat, and it's doing absolutely nothing for me. But soon as this heat kick in this car, man, we're going to be all right. Maybe if I do this, I'll touch some stuff maybe. But anyway, I am, looking at a lot of stuff. Yeah, I am completely free of makeup. What in the world? But I just... just today, and it is not just today, I was dealing with a thing, and, I was talking to my daughter, or my daughter pointed out something for me, and, I've tried my best to be positive, and I think I had a day the other day that things just kept going so crazy, I didn't even realize, some of the things that I did, or some of the things that I said, not that I, didn't try to go out of my way to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that, but I had a mood swing, and I didn't catch it. I've been doing pretty good with catching a lot of stuff lately, but I had a mood swing the other day and I didn't catch it. And how it came to where she said something, she was like, "Hey," and she was like, "Hey, what happened?" And I'm like, "What you mean?" And she said, "Man, you went outside and you came back in, and it's like a whole nother person. What's going on? You all right?" That's how crazy it was. It was just that crazy. It was a lot of things that were going wrong and a lot of things that were annoying me. But like I said, lately I've been able to help myself and catch it and not try to take it out on anybody. But I didn't, but what was it? It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, I think. But yesterday, the day before and yesterday, it was just a lot of stuff that just wasn't going right. And so I didn't even think about how it was coming out. And my baby, the 6-year-old, she was in school, but, she has a problem being still because she's 6. And, she may have some other underlying issues, but main thing is she's 6. And so she can't be in a seat for 8 hours straight, okay? For those of you who know kids and they can't sit for 8 hours straight. I'm an adult and I can't sit for 8 hours straight. But she was having trouble sitting still for the teacher and paying attention in school. Here's the crazy part, y'all. She was doing her work. It just didn't look like it. She was answering questions. It just didn't look like it. She was actually participating in class. It just didn't look like it. Especially from my point of view, I was on the computer away from her trying to get some stuff done. But all I kept hearing was, Alex, do this, or Alex, do that. And I'm not normally used to hearing them say her name so much because Alex is usually sitting still. Or Alex is usually not doing so much that the teacher has to call her out. But in the midst of it, the teacher was calling her out because she was asking her questions. Because my daughter does have this thing that if you don't ask her a question, if the teacher doesn't ask her a question, she'll cry. And she's 6. So, but I'm just recognizing that when my oldest daughter said something to me and she was like, hey, what's going on with you? What's wrong? What's the matter? And I'm like, nothing. She's like, no, something is wrong because, she said something is wrong because you haven't been acting like this. And I was like, man, for her to say it or to notice it or for it to be that bad to where she had to say something to me, I'm like, I don't know. So, we kind of went on and she tried to, to uplift my spirit. She joked and things like that. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't in me. So I had to take a step back because I was like, I don't want to, whatever's going on with me, I don't want to take it out on them. I wasn't trying to, but it was going on, and I didn't even realize it until she said it. Until she said, hey, something's happening. Hey, you not catching this. Hey, kind of snap you back into reality is what she had to do, because I didn't see it at the time. And so, like I said, the mood swing, going back and forth, then I thought later on I was cool. The next day came along and then some other stuff happened, I think I had a pretty great morning. And, like I said, but other stuff kept popping up. Yep, other stuff that kept popping up. And I'll be honest, it had to do with some finances, some bills I kept receiving. Stupid stuff. I have to pay. I hate when I have to pay for stuff that is, unnecessary stuff. Like, I tell you, I've been downtown St. Louis, and downtown St. Louis has meters. And you have to pay these meters every 2 hours. Now, if I'm in a house, I'm not thinking about paying these meters because I'm in a house. There is an app that they have that I haven't connected to, but I always forget every 2 hours to pay the meter. So if I don't pay the meter and the ticketing cop, whatever, comes in and then sees that the meter isn't paid, of course you get a ticket. Now, the meters themselves, I think for 2 hours straight, it's like $3.20, something like that, every hour. For 8 hours. So, if I'm not going anywhere, my car is parked for 8 hours, and so I'm technically supposed to be giving them all this money for one day. It's ridiculous. But I know they got to make their money. But to me, it's ridiculous. And because I have nowhere else to park, because of where I am right now, $30 a day is a lot of money for me right now. So, $30 just to give, no, it's a lot of money for me every day. I don't care because it's stupid. Just for me to be able to park and make sure my car is safe, I got to pay you every day $30. Okay, only downtown St. Louis. It's the only place that make you pay to park. Again, I digress because it makes me mad. So I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I got 2 tickets. I'm like, man, and the tickets are $15 a piece. The tickets are $15. And so it was annoying me, man. It was annoying me. And it more than likely annoyed me more than usual because I was already agitated about some other stuff that wasn't really going right. And I was trying to get my mind together, but, it just was something that annoyed me. And so my daughter was like, man, she said, you all right? She said, I know you've been trying. She said, I do. I know you've been trying, to hold your anger. And I know you've been trying not to be frustrated. But this time, she was like, this time it's showing. She's like, it's showing now. And so I thank God for that, because I could have took it out on, not saying that I should have took it out on them, because I wasn't trying to, but I could have took it out on a whole lot of other people, doing a whole lot of other stuff, making myself even more upset, but I didn't catch it this time, because there was so much stuff happening at once. So I didn't even get a chance to breathe without stuff happening. And so when she began to let me know, hey, you off your game, man. Sometimes we need people to tell us, hey, you don't sound the same. You need those people that's willing to speak up to you. You need those people that see you in every element of your life so that they can help you to be able to get back to you. And when my daughter she was like, Mama, hey, what did we do? She was like, what did we do? What happened? What happened to why you so upset? What's going on? You need those type of people to be able to help you do a self-check, because sometimes things go on so crazy, you don't even realize it. You don't even know it. You don't even understand why you're dealing with what you're dealing with. But every single day, you get tried with something. It's up to you to be able to go through it and take it in stride. And I tell y'all every day, I'm not telling you it's easy. I'm telling you it's doable. I'm not telling you that you don't have bumps and bruises along the way. I'm living by example. I'm not telling you nothing that I'm not living. I'm living everything I'm telling you. Why? Because I am an example. And I know people say when you get on live, don't be telling people your personal stuff or don't let people see the real you. I don't believe that. I believe that showing you me for real will allow you to appreciate me when I go up. And you can appreciate the fact that I never lied to you. You can appreciate the fact that I told you the truth. You saw me down. You saw me up. You saw me in the middle. You saw me persevere. You saw me do it. So since you saw me do it, you know you can do it. You know you can make it because you saw me make it. You saw me get frustrated. You saw me overcome that frustration. You saw me forgive. You saw me get over it. You saw me stand up. You saw me not make excuses. You saw me change right before your very eyes. Yeah, it seems like happiness is always surrounding me, but that's a work in progress. That's something you got to work at. So for people who think that people just wake up with sunshine and blue skies, it's not always that. It's that we know that we got to get on with our lives. We know we got to put out positivity. We know we got to do something better. We know we can't become a victim because of our circumstance. But we think better. We think past what we're going through. We think more than that. We know we're better than that. And we know it's something that we got to do to change. So we live by example, by letting you know that you don't have to die because you're having a bad day. You don't have to die because you're having a bad morning. Most times you're not having a bad day. You're having a bad moment. But what you do is stretch it out to a 24-hour period. It's not 24 hours, but you make it 24 hours. Why? Because you can change your mind at any time. To say, I'm not going to think like that. I'm not going to believe like that. I'm not going to let this ruin my day. You can do that at any given time. Why? Because your mind is powerful. And you can make your mind change to anything you want it to. Anything you will allow it to change to, your mind can change just like that. You can put new thoughts in your mind. But what you can't do is think the same way expecting a different result. That's not going to happen. So even now, as cheery and bubbly and everything that I want to be, right about now, trying to make myself be, it's not happening. It's not happening for me to make me be it. I don't want to make me to a point that it's not genuine. Okay? So let's get this right, because what happens is that when you're not becoming genuine and you can't be real to you, man, you already in a losing battle. What I always say, don't lie to yourself. Deal with the issue. Deal with the problem. Deal with the circumstance, and then allow your mood to change. Get up. Fight through it. Get up. Say something positive to yourself. Say something better about yourself. Hey, Vincent, say something more than what you were saying before. Say something good. Because yes, you're going to go through a trial and tribulation. And I'm sorry, I know every day that you open up your eyes, it's not going to seem like things are going your way. But you're going to have to fight through it Take the time to fight through it. Because all the news that you get isn't always good. Yes, I did have great news when my sister getting out of the hospital. That was great news, amazing news. But it didn't stop the other news that I got all throughout the day. All throughout, every time I turned around, every time somebody said something to me, it was about money. And it was frustrating to me because I wasn't in a place to do anything. And so, like I say, a lot of times when I tell you, my bishop used to teach us, he told us all the time that the only reason why you cry is when you feel like you can't do nothing about it. And so I had a thought, and I'm like, well, why in the world does it seem like I can't do nothing about it? Why am I in this position where I can't do nothing about it? What is happening to where I can't do nothing about it? It's inventory time. Why? Find out what's going on to why it is a problem. Why is the issue still coming up over and over and over? Why is it? So there has to be something that's going to help me to change why I can't do anything about it. Some of it is something I got to go out of my way for. Something I got to go out and do some stuff I didn't want to do. I didn't know I needed to do. And even the stuff I did know I needed to do, I got to do more. Because I'm apparently not making it happen with what I'm doing. Oh, you know what? Something good did happen yesterday. Let me tell y'all this because it was kind of weird, actually. I got a phone call, Vincent. Somebody was listening to my radio broadcast. And while I was listening to the radio broadcast, I began to talk about how, branding and things like branding yourself and being able to get out there and I can help you do this and help you do that. So I got a phone call, Vincent. And this young man wanted me to help him with his business. He got a t-shirt business. And his t-shirt, listen, Vincent, he got a t-shirt business. I told you, man, he got a t-shirt business. And his t-shirt business creates acronyms. And the acronyms that he has are amazing. So I'm not going to put his stuff out there because me and him have talked just a little bit. And I want to help him. But here's the thing, Vincent. What he needs and what he wants, I haven't been certified to do. He needs a marketing agent. I ain't no marketing agent. I just like to talk. And for whatever reason, God has blessed people to actually listen to me. So the things I've learned since being in this industry, I can still help him because I wanted to impart something that he's not having to pay $500 and $600 just to hear somebody tell you go to Facebook. I don't do people like that, and I didn't like it when people done me like that. So whatever free information that I can gather up for him, or I can point him into a direction to somebody that can help him. Now, I did have several different opinions, or God was guiding me in what I was saying, because I really had no clue what I was talking about, but God did. Everything I told him was true. About branding, about making his page pop, about getting people to support him. The people who already buy his shirts can do testimonies on his page. Tell other people on his Facebook page something that's going to get people directed to him. Now, that's true because it's called attraction marketing. So that's what God put in my spirit, is to teach him how to do attraction marketing. Man, a year ago, Vincent, I didn't know how to do no attraction marketing. I didn't even know what attraction marketing was. But he got hold of me because he heard me say what it was that I can do. Didn't even realize I was saying it. But he got a hold of me because he wanted to know what I could do to help him. He's so excited to be able to embark on something in his business that he didn't think he could do. But now that he has somebody who's doing what he wants to do, and I'm not that type of person that's going to get up there and charge this man no thousands and thousands of dollars. I wouldn't do that. Because I wasn't charged thousands of dollars in order for me to learn it. So if I can help you, especially by keeping your money together, you need that money to be able to put in your business. And true enough, I know, Martin, sooner or later I may have to start charging for stuff, but it ain't today. So, as many people as I can help right now, I will. Because I know what it's like to need help and not get it. I know what it's like for people to tell you how you going to blow up and then they don't help you do nothing. I know how it feels not to have any support. I know how it feels to be walking around aimlessly trying to figure it out on your own. It's not fun. Majority of this trip I've been on, I've done it without the help of people. When I finally got a team, but when I finally got a team of people that were willing to help me and show me what to do, then I was able to grow. I I get shouts out to Jeff Cooper because I've been his ear all the time. I shout out Jeff Cooper because he's amazing and he helps. And he's not charging me $1,500 an hour just to be able to help me do something that he learned how to do. I get shouts out to people who are actually willing to help without trying to charge millions of dollars. I had dang it, I'm trying to think of her name now. Shoot, I'm so sorry I don't remember. But she showed me how to do transfer Facebook to YouTube. I was struggling for a couple of months. And then one day out of the blue, God had her call me. God had her get into my inbox. She walked me through the entire process because, I was new. I didn't know what I was doing. She walked me through the whole process. She showed me how to do it. She was patient and showed me how to do everything that I needed to do. And you want to know why she told me she did it? Because she wanted to see me win. Because she wanted to help. Because she wanted to do something to help me. There are people out there that's willing to help you do whatever it is you need to do. But sometimes we got to be able to let somebody know we need help. So in the interim of all of that, so he's excited about our next thing because I did tell him and I'm going to promise him and I am going to do it. We're going to go and have somebody else, hey, Miss Linda, check out his page. So that if there's anything that he needs to do, then that we can help him to do that. If there's any way that we can get people to his page to get to see his shirts, because his shirts are amazing. I like the way that he did them. I like the colors that he used, and they say something. The words that he used, they say something. They're not just words; they're acronyms, but they say something. Oh, let me tell you, Vincent. I'm gonna tell you one of them. Because I like it. And like I told him, I said, everything you put out there, man, just make sure you put a patent on it. That's the one thing. Because people, everybody ain't saved. And everybody don't want to see you just make it by yourself. And so people try to take your stuff. And so he was telling me that he did have, patents for his work. So I thank God for that. But one of the things that he had, Vincent, I think you might want this one. He got this shirt that say, his wife. And on wife, it stands for when I found everything. I loved it. I'm not a wife. I mean, I don't have a wife, but when I found everything, and then that's just one of them. That's just one of the things. And so, I'm applauding him, and I'm gonna do my very best to help him to get to a level to where people can see him. And I'm like I said, I'm trying to think, but now I gotta, because I want to see him grow. Why? One of the main reasons why I want to see him grow is because he was so nice and he was very humble. And because he knows that he needs help and he went out to get it by any means necessary. That's a step in the right direction. Anytime you need and want help, you got to be able to step in the right direction and go get it. Go get help. If you have a problem with your temper, go get help. So I got a life coach because I needed to figure out what was going on in me. Sometimes you got fuses lit all around you and you don't know why. Go get some help. Because if you don't get help, it's just going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to stand yourself. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. And I think he's very, very humble. And he got one for humble, and it's awesome. But I'm gonna have to hit you up and let you and give you what it is so you can look at his site. It's awesome. See, and stuff like this, very easy to do. Just talk. And you talk about something, you talk about somebody. I talk about Vincent all the time. I talk about, because when you got a gift or when you can do something, you can help somebody, tell somebody. It doesn't cost you a lot just to be nice, to tell somebody about something you heard about, somebody you heard about, somebody you know that's going to do a job right. Now, don't be giving somebody to do a bad job for you that you talk about, and then you want to pass their business on to somebody else. Don't do that. Get them somebody with quality, quantity, all of that. Get somebody of substance that can help somebody. Promote those that can really, truly help somebody. Not these people that just doing things and they don't show up for their appointments, or they late all the time, or they don't do what you want them to do. They do what they want to do and they expect you to pay for it. Stuff like that. Even hairdressers that don't listen to you say, I don't want that hairstyle. I had a hairstylist do that to me one time. I was young. Keep in mind, I was young. And she was older than me. So I specifically told her the hairstyle I did not want because I didn't like it. I didn't like it on nobody. Not just me. I didn't like the hairstyle at all. Do you not understand? I had already paid this heifer and she did my hair exactly the way I told her not to do it. It's gonna be okay. This is what and did my hair exactly the way that I did not want it done. I hated it. I literally hated it. And the only reason why I did not just wash it out, because I had to go to Detroit the next day. I had to catch a flight the next day. I was so mad. I was so hurt, and I told her I would never come back to you again because I specifically told you this is the hairstyle I didn't want. I don't like it. It's ugly. I told you it was going to be ugly before you did it, and you did it anyway. I said, so since you decided to do what you wanted to do, and because I was desperate, because I was looking for hairdressers all day, and I didn't find one, she was the last person on the list. Well, not really on the list. She just happened to be at a beauty shop that I went to. And I was looking for somebody else, but she happened to be free. And so, but again, you get what you pay for. I should have just left and did my own hair. But at any rate, she did it the way I didn't want. I didn't like it. I did not want it at all. And I told her that. But then still, because she thought she knew more than me, she got done and I literally said, I don't like it. It's ugly. I told you it was going to be ugly before you did it. I don't like this hairstyle. I don't care that I hurt her feelings in that moment because she didn't listen to what I said. And so now, again, I was young because the me now, she would have gave me my money back. Because she didn't listen to me. The me then didn't take the money back. I paid her never to touch me again, is the way that I looked at it. Because I would never go to her again. Ever. And she better be glad I don't know her name right now. But because you got to know what it is that you're doing, you got to know what it is that you want, and you got to be able to say something about what it is you want, what it is you're doing, what you want to happen for you. And don't let things or life walk all over you without you saying something. Don't let people walk all over you without you saying something, because that's what causes you to be so angry, because you're holding all the stuff that you wish you would have said on the inside of you. And until somebody who don't deserve it come around and try to be nice to you, you take it out on the wrong people. You don't fuss at the people that made you unhappy. You fuss at the people that show up. Because for whatever reason, you don't have a voice while you with those people. But you always have a voice with somebody that has nothing to do with your problem. So be careful. Be careful, people. That's all I'm saying. Be careful on the things that you need, want, and or desire, how you portray things and how you portray yourself, what goes on the inside of you. Be careful. Because just like me, it'll come over you so easily and you won't even realize. You got attitude. It'll come over you so easy and you won't even realize you mad. You got an attitude and everything around you is just not working. And so my daughter said we were driving. Now, she was wrong because my daughter was driving. I try to give her as much practice as possible because me, myself personally, still am not all the way in the fact that she gets to drive. So I have her drive as much as possible. So when she does get her official license, I'm not terrified of her taking a car and leaving. So I make her drive as much as I can. So I'm confident that she knows what she's doing. Now, she does a lot of stuff. She's a teenager. She thinks she can speed and she can't. She thinks she has the ability to stop before the car in front of her stops. She hasn't gotten there yet. It takes years to learn how to do that. So she was telling me, Mom, she was like, well, Mama, something happened. You know, she listened to this music, this stuff that they play on the radio. Ain't no music. This stuff that they be playing on the radio. And when she listens to this stuff on the radio, it just gets on my nerves. These fools that's just saying a bunch of mumbling stuff, and they don't make sense at all. They don't have full sentences. They just put words together. And so I don't like the music, right? So most of the time when she's in the car, if a song comes on and it sounds stupid to me, I just turn the radio off. I don't change the channel because to me, they're just going to be playing the same thing on other channels. And so I just turn the whole radio off and I don't listen to anything. Now, she said that while we were riding or whatever, I just automatically just turned the radio off and didn't say that. Normally, I just be like, I don't want to hear this, and then I'll turn it off. Hey, Mama. and I'll turn it off. But this time I didn't even tell her I don't want to hear it. I just turned it off because it was annoying me. I didn't want to hear their voices. And so she was driving and she was like, Mama, what is the matter? Because she said everything. She said, you seem like you're irritated. And I was like, I am. But I, couldn't really put a finger on why I was so irritated. And so, like I told her, y'all know I take medicine. So some of the side effects for those medicines are mood swings. All the time I don't catch them. Like the other day I didn't catch it. My mama even was on the phone at one point, and we were just going back and forth. One of the reasons why we were going back and forth is because we were going back and forth. And normally her saying something to me when I done said don't say nothing to me usually triggers something a whole lot different. So she better thank God for grace and mercy. But anyway, that's something else. We were going back and forth because she kept thinking that I was, trying to do more than what I normally do, but I wasn't. She was driving too fast. She almost hit 3 people. I'm not even exaggerating. She almost had 3 accidents in my car that she don't pay for. And she not even legally allowed to be on the insurance yet. So she got permits and everything so she can. No, nobody's talking about you. I'm talking about your granddaughter. And so she was in the position to where she could have messed up a lot of stuff for me getting these accidents, but she don't care because it ain't coming out of her pocket. It's not coming out of her pocket, so she don't care if she gets in an accident as long as we make it out and we okay. I can pay for it according to the way she thinks. But if you just slow down, we can avoid the accidents altogether. Don't have to worry about using my insurance. I don't have to worry about going to the hospital. I don't have to worry about any of that if you just listen, stop thinking you know everything, and just slow down. So, I was irritated before that. But her driving like she had mad money, that she could just cover everything, made me even more irritated. And I told her, and then it started to rain. So now you think you finna drive 80. She was driving 80. I can drive 80 on the highway. She can't drive 80 ever because she's 17. So she was driving 80. And where do you think you gotta go that we gotta get there this fast? Why are you driving so fast? Oh, I didn't even realize it. Okay, I give you that one time. But I done told you to slow down. And all I'm saying is slow down. Slow down. Slow down. And then you know how you get supposed to have a car length in between the cars? Oh no, she thinks she can do 80 and stop before that. And when that car stops abruptly, she thinks that she's going to be able to stop abruptly as well. Because she felt like she got it. She know what she doing at 17. I've been driving way longer than that, and sometimes I can't gauge when somebody ignorant is up there driving. Because, we see people weaving in and out of traffic and all this type of stuff, or just coming in front of people and just stopping and doing all kind of unnecessary stuff. So I try to teach her, hey, you driving not only for you, but for somebody else. But again, all of that was messing with my irritability. I was irritated about some other stuff, and it carried on to us taking this drive, and it carried on to both attitudes starting to flare, because as I flared, she flared. Instead of me taking a breath and saying, look, I just can't do this right now, let's just go home. But I had stuff to do. I needed to do something. And so instead of me taking that breath and saying, okay, I'm not equipped to do this right now, I'm not equipped to handle this right now because I'm irritated, I'm upset. If I couldn't put my finger on it in that moment, I was upset because some other stuff was happening. Don't take it out on the people around you. Deal with you. That's all I'm saying. Deal with you. Deal with why you're upset. Deal with why you're hurt. Deal with why you're in pain. Deal with why you can't make it through this moment. Because if you don't, you're going to mess up friendships. You're going to mess up relationships. You're going to mess up communication. You're going to mess up partnerships. You're going to mess up if you don't take control of you. Man, I said a lot. Take control of you. Know that when there's a problem, address it. Know that when it's you, address it. Don't just walk around thinking people got to accept you for who you are. No, they don't. Check you. Get you together. Make sure you okay. Make sure you're not at fault. Make sure you counted up the cost. Make sure you are looking at it through the right glasses, not just the ones that you want to see. Now, her irritability came because she jumped off and got the spirit I had. She was fine. She was fine. She was happy. She was even trying to help me change my mood. But the longer it took, the more irritated she got. So instead of her starting to be happy and stuff like she was before, she took on the same spirit I had. And then that's when I realized, this ain't right. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. It took all of that for me to say, hey, something ain't right. And she was telling me something wasn't right. But for whatever reason, it wasn't registering up here. Probably because I was frustrated. But once she started getting irritated, I'm like, wait a minute. She was happy. I know she was happy because she was trying to make me happy. But once she got irritated, I'm like, wait a minute. Both of us are irritated. Why are both of us irritated? So I went into the store. She had a chance to sit and calm. I had a chance to get back in the car, sit and calm. And I'm like, okay, look. Again, if I'm irritable, I apologize. I don't know. I had a lot going on. But it was a better way to handle it. So, in the interim, people, realize that when things go on with you, sometimes you might have to take a step back. It's okay. Get yourself together. But just make sure you're not taking it out on the people that are around you. Because they ain't do nothing to you. You got to deal with what's dealing with you right now. It's up to you to be able to make that change. It's up to you to be able to make it happen. It's up to you to be able to make your day different than the way you started out. If you say you got up on the wrong side of the bed, get back in the bed and get up on the other side. If you say things are getting on your nerves, find out why they're getting on your nerves. Think about it before you open up your mouth and say something that you'll regret saying. Not that you didn't mean it, you just regret saying it. So make sure that you are keeping yourself in check so you don't mess up your relationships. Okay, a little bit deeper than I wanted it to be today, but it is what it is. And like I said, I'm telling you as stuff that I tell to myself, I try to be as transparent as I possibly can so we can work through it together. Somewhere along the line, you got to be careful about who you hurt. Because again, you don't know who God has put in your way to be amazing. You don't know who God has put in your way to help you. But if you're walking around with an attitude, you're walking around mad, sad, and upset, you're walking around being outside of the character God has made you to have, you'll miss out on a lot of things, a lot of blessings, and then things will pass you by. Don't let that happen, okay? I got to go get the kid up, ready and for school and everything, and do some other stuff today. So, again, like to share this comment. Let somebody else be encouraged. Don't forget about the radio broadcast. It's still on Wednesdays at 10:30 Central Standard Time. And we have the YouTube page. That's the Adrian's Daily Dose. We need subscribers on that one too, so that we can get the word out and get the positivity out as much as we possibly can. Benson, we're looking to be on billboards, buildings, and what was the other thing? Buses. Buildings, billboards, and buses. Sooner than later, we will get there. I love you to life. Take time, me moments. Get your mind together, y'all. Get some rest. Drink plenty of water. Take care of yourself. Shine bright like a diamond. Do what it is that you can do in this time to get better, okay? I love y'all. Have a great day.